Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to look at this set of data of 50 divisions / counties / parishes for each of the U.S. states. And we're going to find the measures of center for these using several different kind of programs. One way to find the measures of center is to apply Microsoft Excel. Okay, I've already put the divisions here in one column. And now we are all set to find each of the four measures of center, being the mean, median, mode, and midrange. To do this on Excel, to find the mean or average on Excel, we type in equals, and then use the word average. And then we'll highlight all these numbers. Okay, and it puts in C47 colon C96. And so this represents all of the numbers from cell C47 through cell C96. And then close parentheses. And then we see that the set of data here has a mean of 61.96. So that means on the average, a state has about 61.96 divisions. Okay, now let's find the median. The median, do equals and then median, and then parentheses. And then we can type in the cell ranges directly. So we'll have C47 colon C96. And then press enter. And there's the median right there, 63. All right, now to find the mode, as you might know, a set of data can have 0, 1, or 2 or more modes. So to make sure that we have all the modes, we'll type in equals and then transpose. What transpose does is to take the column and transform it to a row. Okay, so right now the set of data that we're dealing with is in a column. And so by using the word transpose, we convert it to a row. And having a row of modes might look better, okay? Then we'll do parentheses and then type in mode. I know there's several mode functions here, so we can choose to get one of the modes by choosing either mode or mode.sngl, but let's suppose that we would like to have all of the modes. So to ensure that we have all of the modes, we'll type in mode.mult. And then again, put in the cell ranges, in this case, C47 colon C96. Close parentheses, close parentheses. And here we have only one mode, which is 67. Now, unfortunately, in Excel, there's no certain function that can produce the mid-range, but that's okay, we can generate it ourselves. So to do that, we'll type in equals, and then put in parentheses, and we want the first number, which is in cell C46, and then add it to the last number, which is in cell C96, or literally it's the lowest number plus the highest number, the lowest number plus the highest number. And then close up the parentheses and divide by 2. And there's the mid-range, which is a whopping 127. All right, now it's always interesting to see what happens if you change up the data just a little bit, all right? So let's just take out the 254 and see what happens. All right, now that gave us a mean of 58.04082, so it decreased a little bit, and the median, I believe, also decreased. Okay, now to see the change again, we can do the undo up there. All right, the median didn't change very much, right? And so since the median did not change very much, we say that the median is resistant to extreme values. So the median is resistant to extreme values. Whereas the mean is not. Okay, so if you change up any number, in the data, that will change the mean accordingly. Okay, and again, we can see this by keep pressing undoing here. Maybe redoing. Oh, never mind. All right, we can just put in directly to 254. Okay, it went like that. So 61.96 for the mean, and then 58 something for the mean. Okay. And as you can see, the mode didn't change at all, okay? So the mean changed a lot. The median did not change a lot because the median is usually resistant to extreme values, and the mode didn't change at all. All right, now the mid-range changed a lot, did it not? That's because we deleted the last number. So in order to make sure we get the right mid-range, we have to tilt the last number, which is now in cell C95. All right, now the mid-range in this set of data with the highest number deleted is 79.5. Now let's put the highest number back in, which was 254. And so the mid-range is 127. So it changed a lot, did it not? So the mid-range is certainly not resistant to extreme values, okay? So usually, because of that, the mid-range is a good way to track if you have any outliers, which we'll do in another video. All right, in the meantime, let's also see how to find the measures of sensor in STATDISK. So I'll copy and paste all this stuff. Okay, here's the STATDISK, and we'll put it into one of the columns here, say column 1, and then hit the paste button. And now, to calculate the measures of center, we'll choose Data, then Explore Data, Descriptive Statistics. So Data, and then Explore Data, Descriptive Statistics. And then it's asking the question, which column of data would you like to explore? Yes is in column 1, so change it like, just keep it like that. Evaluate, and there's the numbers again. We have a sample size of 50, which makes sense because you have 50 states. Mean again is 61.96, median is 63, mid-range is 128.5. Okay, now there's another neat program that we can use to find just the mean, and that's in DESMOS.com. All right, so we'll go to desmos.com/scientific. And we could put in the mean. Okay, we gotta choose the mean like that, mean, and then put in all the numbers separated by commas, okay? We won't put in all the 50 numbers, but let's just do a few numbers, say 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see over here, the answer on the right side gives us the mean, which is 2, okay? And we can see how the mean changes by putting in more numbers. So now we have the mean of 1, 2, 3, and 4. On the right-hand side there, we see the answer of 2.5 for the mean.